Hi everyone, thanks for checking in today. This is the April 2nd update from the City of Rapid City. Our planning and development applications are up from this time last year. So the developers, the builders are not slowing down at this point. So that's good for the economy and good for those businesses. We are currently working on the homeless services capacity issues that we're having in Rapid City. The lack of food and funds coming in from the public are really putting the clamps on the local rescue mission to the extent that they may have to refuse to take new admissions starting tomorrow. This can be solved with donations of food or funds to buy food. We're also working on solutions for the homeless population that may need isolation beds. We are without options, realistic options for that. I know everyone says hotels and taking over existing buildings, but there's a lot to that process, including staff and security. So we're needing a place to isolate homeless individuals who are or will become ill. We're currently coordinating with parks and recreation organizations to stay informed on best practices on closures or limitation to park facilities. So that's ongoing. And we've got a number of calls related to businesses possibly being out of compliance with our emergency city ordinance. And this is good. We have a lot of watchdogs out there in the community. But we have checked up on every single complaint. We've found that there is widespread compliance with the ordinance. There have been a couple of misunderstandings which were easily cleared up. Unemployment, as you might have suspected, unemployment is rising in Rapid City. We have a number of layoffs occurring, especially in the hospitality industry, but not limited to hospitality. So before the pandemic, Rapid City was at 2.9% unemployment, and now we believe we're at about 5%. So I would be prepared for an additional increase in unemployment. Our early estimates, and that's all they are is estimates, is that we would approach or exceed double digits for unemployment in Rapid City, as much as 10 or 12%. Right now we're about 5%. The Sioux Park track and field area and adjoining soccer fields have been closed. Those areas are under the control of the school district, and because of reports of close contact occurring in those areas, they have made the decision to close those. So we'll be placing signs up at those locations indicating their closure. The City Council and I are preparing for the regular City Council meeting to be held this coming Monday night, April 6th. The emergency ordinance will be one of the items on the agenda to be discussed, and the council will they'll be put in a position to either extend the business closure dates or allow the ordinance to expire. And so we'll be taking public comment emails at this city council meeting, and there's an email link available on the city's website, and you can find it by going to rcgov.org/COVID. COVID, and that'll take you to that email link. So please submit that and consider not coming into these council chambers for next Monday night's meeting if you can possibly help it. So in the meantime, we want to stick to the basics. We want you to keep washing, cough or sneeze into your elbow or into a tissue. Don't touch your face, as some of you viewers have pointed out. Many of us, including me, are in the habit of touching our face. So I'm trying to get better. And also stay away from crowds and stay 6 feet away from other human beings except those people you live with in your own home. It's very important for us to keep a distance. As it's been said on the national level, the state level, and also on the local level, the one tool we have to fight against the rapid spread of COVID-19 is distancing ourselves from each other during this time. That's going to have big dividends when all is said and done. You may have noticed today on the State Department of Health website the cases of positive tests have risen substantially by a few dozen, and that's just going to be the new normal now. We're going to see large increases from here on out until we hit our peak, which has still yet to be determined. Some are estimating from mid to late May to early August, and so I think that just points out that a lot of this is guesswork, and we are currently now engaged with the major hospital systems in South Dakota, the School of Mines, and a variety of other influencers in the scientific community to come up with the best, most reliable model that we can use statewide, and so that we can plan accordingly. So expect a rise in more COVID-19 positive test results. And also there's a lot of frustration out there about not being able to be tested. When you go to one of the 5 drive-up locations and you get asked a bunch of questions and you're not allowed to take a test but you're feeling ill, that creates a lot of anxiety. And so that's just something we're going to have to get used to. It's not appropriate to test everyone who wants a test. Those tests are needed for the people who make it through the screening questions and seem to be a good candidate for that disease. On the good side of that, South Dakota, the testing per population ratio, we're at about 15th in the country. So there are 35 states testing at a lower rate than South Dakota is, so you can be assured the healthcare providers are doing everything they can to test appropriately and do our part to keep our community safe. So, and as it's been pointed out recently, keeping us safe is partially up to the government, partially up to the healthcare, but largely up to each and every one of us. So thanks for checking in. See you back here tomorrow.